How can international judgments be enforced effectively? Imagine winning a court case in one country and then facing hurdles when trying to collect what you are owed in another. That's where the challenge of enforcing international judgments comes in. When courts in different countries deal with cross-border disputes, making sure the winning party can actually get their money or enforce their rights is vital. This process is a key part of international law, democracy, governance, and policy making because it helps keep trust and fairness alive across borders. At the heart of enforcement are two ideas: reciprocity and comity. Reciprocity means countries agree to respect and enforce each other's court decisions if they would do the same for them. Comity is about showing mutual respect for each other's legal systems to keep international relations smooth. These principles make it easier for judgments to be recognized and enforced, which is important for international trade, investments, and protecting individual rights. Many countries relying on international treaties to make enforcement smoother. The Hague Conventions are a good example. The 2005 Hague Convention focuses on judgments based on agreements with exclusive jurisdiction clauses, while the 2019 Hague Convention covers a wider range of judgments. When a country joins these treaties, its courts usually have to enforce judgments from other member states unless there are specific reasons not to, like if the judgment was obtained through fraud or if it conflicts with public policy. Even with treaties, the enforcement process happens through local courts. The party seeking enforcement, called the judgment creditor, usually files a new case in the country where they want to enforce the judgment. The local court then reviews the foreign judgment to check if it meets certain standards. They look at whether the original court had proper jurisdiction, whether the other party was properly notified, if the proceedings were fair, and if enforcing the judgment would violate local laws or public policy. Different countries handle this process in various ways. In England and Wales, courts review the foreign judgment, and legal help is often needed. In Turkey, a government office manages enforcement, making the process more administrative. The steps usually involve submitting documents like the original judgment, proof of proper service, and sometimes translations. The goal is to turn the foreign judgment into a local court order that can be enforced by seizing assets or taking other legal actions. But enforcement is not automatic. Countries can refuse to enforce judgments if they go against their public policy or if the judgment was unfair. Reciprocity also plays a role. If one country refuses to enforce judgments from another, the same might happen in return. Finding and seizing assets in another country can be tricky, especially if the debtor hides assets or uses complex corporate structures. International cooperation and specialized legal tools are often needed to locate and recover assets. From a liberal perspective, effective enforcement supports the rule of law, protects individual rights, and promotes fair international commerce. When judgments are respected across borders, individuals and businesses feel more confident seeking justice in foreign courts. Many liberal democracies push for clearer rules, better transparency, and stronger international frameworks to improve enforcement. They also support dispute resolution methods like international arbitration, which is often faster and more predictable. However, safeguards are important. Enforcement should not override a country's sovereignty or ignore local standards of justice. Public policy exceptions help prevent enforcement of judgments that violate fundamental rights or values. This balance between international cooperation and respecting local laws is essential for a fair and functioning global legal system.